Is this thing working? Hello? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see you there. Welcome back, Travelers and Immigrants, to more Neverwinter Nights 2. Now, the last session, we managed to get the lizard folk to stop wrecking these ships here by promising them that these guys, the villagers of Highcliff, would not hunt them or, get near them and trespass and all that privacy stuff. In return, they leave them alone. It was an uneasy piece, but filled with suspicion on both parts. But we're good enough. We're good enough people to do all that. Now, we also found their son and his friend. We also talked to a rather grouchy wife. Yeah, let's get going to Neverwinter.
Ah, there you are. We took up a collection here in the village and have a surprise for you. There's enough there to pay for your passage to Neverwinter. It's not a lot, but you've done so much that we've had to find some way to show our appreciation.
Oh my word, that's wrecking my voice. I'd also like you to have this armor. It's been in our village for generations and it hasn't seen much action. I thought you might be able to put it to better use. I'll put it to good use. My thanks. Humble rewards from a grateful village. Thank you again. Now I believe you have a ship to board. Safe travels to you. Yes, it's time to continue on to Neverwinter! My stomach's already started churning. How long is this trip? Oh, do be quiet, Kelgar. Enjoy the waves while you can. I'll say, it'll be nice to travel without being hunted for once. We've only been attacked twice. What's up with you? Me? Oh, what is going on here? Oh, before we continue, the charger cord to my wireless headset broke. So, I was not getting any noises, my mic wasn't recording, all that. That's why I've been pretty silent for the past couple days.
The shard you have found, show it to me.
Yes, Sierra? Sierra? Is that what you sought?
No, it is much more. Forget the betrayer. Forget our vengeance. These shards, they must all be found. Whatever forces you need, we shall grant you, but these shards must be ours.
Of course, Sierra. It shall be done.
Well then. Now we just added a whole new level of importance to finding these shards, now haven't we? Well, hopefully Duncan, our uncle, can shed some light on this situation. Maybe even tell us why they're so important. I doubt it, though, considering he seems to be a local barkeep, but you never know who tends to come by. It could be a drunk wizard that comes by. It's just like, have you heard of these silver shards? Oh, hold up. Who's this guy?
Dalrin. Lord Dalrin now, I hear.
Who's there?
Come now. You remember? Has it really been so long?
But you died at the battle at West Harbor.
Delayed, perhaps. My imprisonment was most distressing. But dead? Now how could I die with so much left unfinished?
Seems like a pleasant guy.
And there is so much more left to do.
He seems like such a nice fellow. I probably wouldn't want to meet him in a dark alley. Ah, there we are, Neverwinter. That must be one of those ships there must be the Double Eagle, which is what we came aboard. And time to see what this lovely city looks like, especially since we drow haven't trapped under the surface for millions of years. Well, except for the fact I was raised up the surface, but that's beside the point.
So this is Neverwinter? Suppose it's passable for a city built by humans. Can't say I care for it, though. You want a proper city, you build down, not up.
This place feels unnatural. The wood and stone, it's as if they've been silenced.
I wish you'd both be silent. The entire trip was just one long whine from the two of you.
Oh, me stomach feels funny. This boat rocks like a baby's cradle.
This water is so unnatural and deep, not like the swamp of dead people I grew up in. Not that I've got great memories of this place, but it's home. So, where are we going first?
My uncle's inn should be close by. Let's head there first.
Not sure I can stomach any food yet. A stiff drink and a good tavern brawl, on the other hand. I say lead the way. Besides, I'd welcome a stable bed after being trapped on that filthy excuse for a boat.
I don't think it's much the boat is a filthy excuse. I think it's more the fact that your stomach is a filthy excuse. Shots fired. Hey, look, here's a Neverwinter man sword watchman. Then, wish the city could spare some gray cloaks to help out here in the docks. Why do you say that? We've been having trouble controlling the thieves here in the district. They're running loose like they own the place. Marshal Cormac and his lieutenant have stepped up patrols, but we just don't have enough men to keep an eye on every street corner. Just watch your step, keep your head down, and you'll be fine. I need some directions. Oh, you ought to ask him where he can find the skinny rag-wearing monks in the city. I'm eager to join them. I'm looking for the Sunken Flagon. Duncan's place? That's easy. His inn is right on the dock's south side. It's standing next to an empty lot. Anything else I can help you with? We could ask where all this is, but to be honest, I think we're good. That's all we really need to know. What's this? Is this Duncan's place here? The Sunken Flagon. Let's see. Now let us take this time to reflect. What is so important with these shards? I mean, is there like some wizard that knows a whole lot about them? Have you heard about these shards? They're amazing. They do all these wonderful things. And it seems like they're already making their place at home. And there's a guy named Bishop over there. Duncan Farland. Oh, here he is.
Well, now, what can I do for you? Bit of venom for the belly, perhaps? Or maybe a tankard or two to shave the edge off your day.
Who's the owner of this inn?
You mean old Duncan? Oh, well now, if you're looking to collect on some debt, I'll tell you that he's a drunk, and he hasn't got 2 coppers to his name.
I'm his nephew. I'm related.
Oh, really? I can see that. Thing is, last I heard, Duncan was still a realm's man, not a sunblind cave dweller of the Underdark.
Dagon sent me.
Dagon, eh? So the time's come, has it? Trouble's chasing on your heels, and you barely know why.
You know, he still hasn't told us his name, although we know his name because we saw his tag, but he actually hasn't told us his name yet. We don't even know that he's Duncan.
Suppose Dagon told you less than half of what you need to know, then sent you packing. Don't take it hard. Done it to me twice in my life. All for good reason. I can probably guess why you're here, but why don't you go ahead and tell me anyway?
Although, I think we can kind of guess that he's our uncle now. When he told me to come here, Dagon was a little vague. Do you know what this shard is?
Trace of an enchantment on it is what that eel sand said, but nothing of importance. Probably residue from demon's fire, or maybe wizard magic.
Demon's fire? Sounds important to me.
And that, Sal, is why you are cleaning tables and I own this place. Those shards were magic, yes, a trace. But again, it was sand, and he's a fool. Anyway, barely worth mentioning. More sentimental value than anything else. That really why you came all this way? To hear about your mother?
My mother? What does she have to do with this?
Yeah, your mother, Esmeril. Since you were asking about the shards. What, Dagon's still keeping that inside? It's a wonder he doesn't crack down the middle. But you know, I have no call to say that. I think that's why he buried that first shard, and gave the other one to me.
How are the shards of my mother related?
I think you might have been better off being raised by wolves if Dagon didn't share that. There's a lot I'm sure he never told you. But listen, it's his place to tell you, not mine. He'll tell you when he's ready, I think. But it's best you hear it from him. Let's stick to the shards for now.
Who's Sand?
A hedge wizard. Somehow set up shop on the docks. But it's telling enough he can only run a business down here in the crack of Neverwinter. Got a dry wit, and he'll always rub you the wrong way. So his name's well chosen. Still, I suppose I trust him enough. And having a wizard close by certainly tends to keep fools from causing too much trouble. Well, me and Dagan took the shard to him back when he lived in the merchant quarter, before his run of bad luck. But he couldn't get much from it. Just faint traces.
Well, it's got power now. Maybe he can get another read from it.
Here. I've always kept it close for some reason. Didn't want to leave it out of my sight.
That sound familiar? Hey, Dagan? Hey?
Seemed unremarkable. But I find that sometimes time will tell.
I know you can't actually hear me, Dagan, but I don't care.
Had Sand examine it a long time ago, but he turned up nothing.
Maybe with two of them he might get a better read from it.
Well, it's worth a shot. But don't pay him any coin in advance, that's all I'll say. In fact, that viper would be best off.
Ah, it seems I've arrived just in time to deflect the usual barrage of slander from the local innkeeper.
Sand.
Yes, it is good to see you're still sober enough to recognize me, Duncan. Past the stale beer, vinegar, faint sweat, failed aspirations, unwashed tunic.
What is this man, part bloodhound?
I thought perhaps you had already had one tankard too many for the day, but... Why, your guest here has the smell of a harbonin about them.
Yep, confirmed. Sand part bloodhound. That'll do.
Faint. But there... I thought Duncan was keeping company too good for him. Now I see I was right. Duncan, you could learn a few things from your guest.
Still passing off those 2 copper fairweather charms to the local Sand?
You have no appreciation for my talents, and after all I've done for you. To think you could survive a fortnight without my ale purgative.
What's a purgative? Is that like a preventive? Or something that makes it even worse? Can someone tell me in the comment section down below?
Why, you would be buried in the tombs with the rest of the Neverwinter traitors. A betrayer of barkeepers everywhere. But enough about you and your adventurous exploits on the tavern floor. I heard my name mentioned, and oddly enough, almost in a tone that suggested I could help.
This here's Kin.
I'm not really seeing the family resemblance.
Again, my race coming into effect. What are you, racist?
And we need your help concerning the shard. Both of them.
Shard? That chunk of silver you showed me so long ago? I do hope you're not going to try to pawn it to me again. I am no longer interested. Besides, as I recall, you said the piece of junk had sentimental value, which upon viewing your establishment is perfectly understandable.
I have no idea what that means. I think it's some sort of insult, but I'm not catching it.
Besides, didn't your uncle or cousin or brother or whatever make off with the other shard? I thought you only had one now.
It found its way back, so to speak. We need you to look at both of them again. Properly this time.
Oh, very well. Give them here and let me see what my keen arcane senses can determine.
I'm sorry. Oh, fine. Let me see what my arcane senses can tell me about these worthless shards. Okay, I'm good now.
Well, it seems to have some resentment to being scryed. That is quite different than last time. Are you sure these are the same shards? The power in them? Why, it's definitely stronger than last time. Much stronger.
Interested in them now, huh?
Oh, so now they're magical. I'm not paying you for 2 failed divinations, you charlatan.
It's not a matter of divination, you one-tankard drunk. There is something about these shards. Without knowing their history, even my considerable talents cannot unlock their mysteries.
How can you not sense the magic in those shards? I can tell just by holding them.
Because he's incompetent?
Duncan, the more I speak to your kin here, it's evident where the sense in the family went. Since you seem to have been given all the brains of the family, I'll be honest with you, I don't know. But I do know the shards did not have the same strength the first time I examined them. There could be something about you that causes them to resonate, but I have no idea why that would be.
Wait, why did you come to the conclusion that they're resonating with me? Who would know? Are there any... All three of these are really good. I'm gonna go with number 3. Are there any wizards or mages that could help us?
Taking them to any other wizard in town would be useless until we learn more about their past. You need a sage, and you need them examined quickly, so...
So, who would know the shard's history?
You could try and speak to Algernon, but I don't think you'd have much luck reaching him. The Black Lake District is closed down. Algernon lives in the Black Lake District, you see, and now he's trapped there. The watch has it locked tight. No one going in or out, no messages in or out, even for the nobles that used to live there. Quite cryptic, really.
Why?
I heard about that. Lord Dalrin was killed, wasn't he? I've heard rumors, but no official word of what happened.
As have I. Not only are the Watch not talking about it, but they even called in the Cloak Tower mages to investigate, which means sorcery or demons were at work.
Demons? Closest I've ever come to demons is Dagon's tales about the battles down south near West Harbor, when there was that trouble with the King of Shadows.
King of Shadows?
Some sorcerer, I believe, had a number of demons and shadows at his beck and call. Not many tales left about that period of Neverwinter history, oddly enough.
But you say this Algernon might know more, Sand?
Well, if you're not a member of the Watch, or know a secret route into Black Lake, then you're out of luck. So it seems like you have no choice but to let me examine the shards at my leisure. I'll need to hold on to them, of course.
Wait, Watch or secret route? Not bad ideas. Either way the coin lands. Hell, there's Marshal Cormac. He's currently at the city watch post, and I know he's in bad need of an extra sword arm down at the docks.
What if I'm actually willing to just let Shard examine them at his own pace? Except I would hold on to them and we would come for sessions and then I would keep up on me. But, you know, we do need this quickly given what we've seen, and it appears things are happening that we have no idea. Cormac from Fort Locke?
Yes, I heard he got back to Neverwinter recently. Surprised he even made it with the troubles I've heard around Fort Locke.
Trust me, you don't know the half of it.
Cormac's a harborman too. And folks of the harbor are as close to kin as you can get out of the mare. He might be able to take you into the watch. And from there, speaking to Algernon shouldn't be too hard.
That sounds good to me.
If you want to find another route into the Black Lake District, that...
Hold up, I said I would join the watch.
...means dealing with other folks that try to control the docks. Moya and her gang.
Oh, there's an idea, Duncan. They probably were behind the watch closing the Black Lake District in the first place.
Not my first choice, but if I had to speak with her, how would I?
Well, she's got thugs all over the docks. But finding one who can get you to her?
There's Caleb. He used to try to get me to pay him gold for protection before I told him about the wards I'd inscribed on the building that caged the Guardian Elementals. Long story, but quick resolution.
Caleb, maybe. But I don't trust that harbor rat to give you a fair deal. And the price will be steep, in bodies or coin. He doesn't like being the only one with blood on his hands.
Doesn't sound like someone we should put our faith in.
Obviously, you've never dealt with the Watch in Neverwinter, Kelgar. Dealing with Caleb is probably our best chance.
Still, the chances are simply talking to Caleb will make you want to kill him, so it seems a clear win to me. If you do speak to him, though, be sure to do it downwind.
A drunkard, huh? I want to join the watch. Maybe I can do some good while I'm at it. Where can I find Marshal Cormac?
I'm with that. Nothing like a good excuse to knock some heads together and do some good while we're at it.
Yeah, great. I hope nobody else I know finds out, or there goes my sterling reputation.
You know, Ishika, you're free to leave. You don't need to stay.
You can find Cormac in the watch post near the Dolphin Bridge that leads to the Merchant Quarter. He needs help, so it shouldn't be much of a tough sell to join up.
Caleb should be lounging around the corner east along the main road. Just follow the smell. If you want to join with him, he'll probably ask you to hurt or kill someone, so be warned.
I'll mark both on your map. Help you get your bearings.
Well, you can certainly find your way into trouble from here. Me, I will head back to my lonely merchant existence. Should you need my expertise, simply ask. But just in case, bring a great deal of gold as well.
No, thank you.
Well, there you have it. Talk to Caleb or Cormac. Cormac is at the watch post near the Dolphin Bridge. Caleb should be lounging down the street east along the main road. But while you're here, feel free to make yourself at home. Also, any friend of yours is a friend of mine. Your companions are welcome to stay here as well, even if you're off on some other journey like the one that sent you here. They're all welcome to make themselves at home whenever they're not traveling with you. That way you'll know where to find them if you need their help later. Sound good?
Okay. Did anyone ever come hunting for your shard?
No, not that I know of. I mean, I've kept it in the back for years. Barely even thought about it till now. It is odd that they seem to be after yours. Maybe there's something different about the one you have compared to mine. But then again, my shard didn't have any traces of magic until yours showed up.
What can you tell me about Dagon and my mother? And my mother?
Only as much as Dagon allows. He keeps his past close, despite how it keeps everyone else from him. I knew your mother, though. I know you lost her early. Terrible tragedy. During that attack on the village. But that's really Dagon's place to say, not mine.
That is all I wanted to know. Very well. Well, pretty much a lot of talking happened this session, but sometimes that is very, very necessary. As to progress the story. That was about what, 20 minutes of just talking? I know I didn't get to say much, and we didn't really get to knock some heads together, but I'm gonna have to cut it here to avoid it going over an hour. Because I'm pretty certain that nobody wants to sit down for like a whole hour just to watch a video of people talking. So what I'm going to do is I'll just cut it here. Travelers and Immigrants, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope that to see you in the next session. Farewell.